This is our second step along the way to our Violet Proto-Drake, so it's not too late for you to start the What a Long Strange Tribute Has Been achievement. All you have to do is complete Brewfest next year, and you can come back to the channel and view my video on it whenever you like. There are 11 achievements inside the Hallow's End meta, so we better get started. Hallow's End starts on the 18th of October, only 2 weeks after Brewfest ends, and it finishes on the 1st of November and lines up with Halloween. There are 2 achievements that are different depending on which faction you are. They are Rotten Hollow and Tricks and Treats of Azeroth. Rotten Hollow for both factions requires you to complete 2 quests, but the quests are different. For the Horde you have Stinking Up Southshore, and for the Alliance you have The Power of Pine. The 2 quests complement each other. As the Horde will throw stink bombs around Southshore, the Alliance will clean them up. If you are Alliance and you are the dominant faction, it is best not to dominate too hard because you need the Horde to throw the stink bombs so that you can complete your quest. If you're Horde, please don't kill me. The second is a game of sabotage. The Horde, whilst in Southshore, will be trying to complete the quest Rotten Eggs, and will be trying to click the kegs just near the stairs of the Southshore Inn. Just make sure that you hand in the follow-up quest Ruin Kegs to get the achievement. And the Alliance will be infiltrating the Wickerman festival just by the road to the Undercity from Silverpine Forest. You should only need to get close to the Wickerman to complete the quest, so mount up and just charge through the NPCs. The other difference is the Tricks and Treats of Azeroth. The achievement is for collecting candy from the inns listed in the Tricks and Treats of Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, and Outlands. Not Northern though, because just like Australia, Northern doesn't exist. And for obvious reasons, the Horde and the Alliance have different inns to trick or treat. Trick or treat! So, since you went out and trick-or-treated 47 different inns to get candy, you should also be talking to the innkeepers to trick-or-treat them for a chance to get a candy bag. You did do that, right? Well, if not, you can do this once an hour when the debuff wears off, and they will decide whether to give you a bag or trick you. In the bag, you will have a chance of getting a mask, a wand, or a toothpick, as well as more candy, not that you need it. You'll need to save the nerds that you collected for PvP. The achievement, Nerd Rage, is for getting 50 honorable kills while you have the nerd buff. You should be able to queue for a battleground and pop a nerd whenever you go in for a fight. Not a lot for me to add here, just you're going to die a lot. Good luck. There are also the Hallowed wands. Each applies a different costume to your target, and these can only be used on party members. The achievement is the Masquerade, but for this one, you need each costume to be applied to you. This one will be a headache as you trade wand charges back and forth with random people inviting them to a party. Out with it is the achievement for eating candy until you puke. Have you been eating this whole time? You have something in your teeth. Good thing we need a toothpick for an achievement. Ah, that sparkling smile. Now we need to save a village from the shade of the Headless horseman for the achievement Savoir of Hallow's End. Talk to the costumed orphan matron in a town just outside any major city. Again, just to make things more complicated, the quest you want to complete is either Let the Fires Come or Stop the Fires. They are the same quest, but one is for summoning the Headless horseman and also putting out the fires, and the other is just for people joining in the firefighting. They both have the same reward and the same end result. When he is summoned, he will fly around and set fire to the town. You will put out the fire with your bucket of water and use the water barrel. Some locations are harder than others, but I think most people will be at either Tirisful Glades or Goldshire, and the event is easier the more people that are involved, so just go to those locations if you want the fastest result. At the end of the event, he will land, and he is a level 11 non-elite, so he's gonna go down quick. A jack-o'-lantern will spawn, which will give you a crudely wrapped gift once per day. When you hand in your quest, you will also get some candy and some weighted jack-o'-lanterns. Inside the crudely wrapped gift, you will also get some more weighted jack-o'-lanterns, and you might also get a rickety broomstick, which is a temporary mount and will disappear after Hallow's End. For the achievement, Check Your Head, you'll need 10 weighted jack-o'-lanterns, and you will need to find a player of each race to put one on their head. The easiest way to do this is to travel to the opposite side's faction's most popular Headless Horseman event location, which would be either Goldshire or Tirisful Glades, and you can find the race that you need. The cheesy way is to park your main character outside the starting zone of the race that you need, and then create one of the races that you need, then run to where your main is logged off. If you have a second instance of the game open, you can quickly log into that instance of the game and it will exit from that one and quickly log into your main character. Then your alt will still be there in the log off state and you can use the lantern on them. Finally, we have our max level event for Hallow's End, the Headless Horseman. He will drop a bunch of cool stuff. We have the epic rings, a magic broom, the horseman's blade, the horseman's helm, but the things we are really here for are the sinister squashling and the hallowed helm, and the horseman's reins. The first two are toys required for the achievement Sinister Calling, which will be difficult to get because of their moderately low drop chance. But even more difficult than them will be the horseman's reins, which will allow you to travel around on your very own headless horseman. Oh wait, that's not right. You'll get the horseman's dreadsteed. It's a recolored fiery warhorse from Mattoon. It is a very similar model, and as you can see, they both bought the Horse Armor DLC. Just like Corrin Diabrew, each player in your party will give you one attempt to kill the horseman. If you wipe, you will lose that attempt. In order to fight the Headless Horseman, you need to travel to the graveyard wing of the Scarlet Monastery. If this is your first time, you should have the quest to kill him with the quest item. If it's your second time, or any time after that, you can just hand in the daily quest to summon him. After a very nostalgic introduction, he will run towards the player that summoned him. The tank should taunt, and the fight will begin.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now, the righteous one.
He will cleave, so the melee should stand behind him and the tank should face him away from the rest of the group. You'll damage him down to 1% and then he'll throw his head onto a player and his body will become immune and start healing. What you want to do is you want to save your cooldowns for the head phase, because if you can damage the head down to the threshold quicker than the body can heal, they will join back together with less health. When his head joins back with his body, he gains full control and phase 2 will begin. He does exactly the same, except he will also use conflagration, which will daze a player and damage them over time. Face him away from the DPS and the healers and keep the conflagrated players alive. There is also extra damage on the tank during this phase because of his fiery weapon. He will throw his head again and you will kill it ASAP to start phase 3.
So eager you are for my blood to spill, yet to vanquish me, 'tis my head you must kill. Here's my body, fit and pure. Now your blackened souls I'll cure.
With phase 2, he will now summon some mobs for the tank to pick up and hold aggro on. If he isn't too overtuned, you'll be able to DPS through the body and the head phases without having to bother with DPSing the adds down. But if the boss isn't going down quick enough, the adds will continue to spawn and they will need to be killed. Otherwise, you will cause a wipe. He will throw his head one last time and you must kill it before the body heals, or else you will have to do phase 3 over and over and over again until you do. And for laying to rest this twisted old man, you'll get the achievement, Bring Me the Head of the Headless... Oh, wait. Thank you so much for liking my videos and subscribing to the channel. We're already at 250 subscribers, on our way to 1,000, and I couldn't be happier. And don't forget, you can follow me over at Waypointier on Twitter if you want to chat, or if you just want to make fun of my tweets. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.